Aloha golfers, this is Kevin Ralbovsky from the KMR School of Golf, and we are still in a lockdown situation here in the state of Hawaii. Hopefully we're waiting for that to be lifted, perhaps in the next few days. I wanted to give a video on some exercises you can do at home to help you with your golf swing, both potentially create more power and also make the swing simpler and more intuitive, which is very important. I think now in this era we have so much technology, it oftentimes can add complexity to our thoughts and our approach. There's so many different styles. You hear pretty much everything under the sun. So to keep things simple, we're going to do this exercise with a medicine ball, or you can use a regular ball. These things you can buy at an athletic store or your basic convenience store, and it can create a real simple sense of how to swing the club. Right? I'm going to show you. Basically, we want to create an athletic posture at address. I have a ball down on the ground. The ball is our reference point, and I want to keep both eyes on the ball, back and through. And basically, when I set up, I'm going to bend over from the waist, stick my tailbone out slightly to counterbalance that bend over. My back is going to be in a relatively neutral position. All right, I'm not going to overly arch it or round it. I'm going to stay in my natural curves. My knees are going to be flexed. That's going to improve my base. My feet are going to feel grounded. And my sense is, as I go back, I'm going to rotate my body, keep my eyes on the ball. I'm going to unwind, and I'm going to release the ball. I'm going to throw it down the fairway. And that release is a tremendous amount of power and something that you can improve on using a medicine ball in your swing. Also at address, I'm going to have my wrists slightly hinged up. And basically, this is going to help me keep in my posture, keep my center of gravity on the lower side. If my wrists are uncocked like this, it tends to make my posture too tall. So a couple of things can happen from there is that A, I can rotate this ball too much, or B, I can start dipping down. Right? Again, we don't want to change the posture. Conversely, if I'm too low, too much knee flex, right, I can't rotate without rising up. So again, changing the posture is something that we really want to be aware of. The simpler we make the swing, the easier it is to repeat. We hear this idea that you can swing anyway in golf, and there may be some truth in the sense that the more you repeat your pattern, right, you can certainly recreate it, but can you do it every day under all kinds of situations and all kinds of pressure, right? This is the journey that we all must go through in golf. It's trying to find a repeating swing. In my mind, I want a swing that's easy on my brain to repeat. My brain, I go up the plane, down the plane, my backswing and my downswing feel synchronous. So I don't have any major rerouting going on. Nothing, posture not changing, club is not looping. Right? To me, I would say that the goal of the teacher, when we help students, is to refine that. And using the simple medicine ball is a very intuitive way and maybe a less analytical way. So as I go back here at address, create my good athletic posture, I'm going to keep both eyes on the ball, and I'm just simply going to wind up. I'm not going to do anything with my wrists. I'm not going to do anything with my elbows, right? I'm not going to bring the club upward. If I'm going to throw the ball in that direction, I'm going to wind up like this. There's an ideal spot. Your brain intuitively can pick that up, right? There's no need to use any additional conscious wrist break or sort of lifting the heel, changing your posture. Basically, you can create all the power you want just by simple rotation and maintaining your posture, right? And then basically, I'm going to do a combination of unwinding my body and releasing the club. And that gives me my power. So I go back, here it is at address. That was a pretty good throw. Okay, so let's try it with a golf club. Basically, it's going to feel the same. I'm going to try to maintain my posture, I'm going to work on my rotation, keep both eyes on the ball. It's going to keep me grounded and centered, right? And then I'm going to maintain my posture in the follow-through. That was a very nice hit. So I'll also demonstrate from the other. Here's a view from the front. So you'll be able to see my posture from this angle and also my ball position pretty much in the center for a mid iron, which I'm using an 8 iron here from about 175 yards away. Again, I get into my posture, athletic, feet are about hip width or shoulder width. That depends a little bit on your flexibility. I'm going to make a good wind up. Both eyes stay on the ball. I'm not going to change my posture. So my backswing can only go to about 3/4. Right? If I make a full length backswing all the way to parallel or past parallel, I'm losing one of the governors of my swing. Either I'm lifting my foot up, overturning my hips, or over bending my wrists and elbows. Right? That makes the backswing become very long, and again, a little more complicated when it's that long. So if I'm going to keep a simple swing, I'm going to try to minimize the complexity, keep my feet grounded, stay centered, use my rotation, stay in my posture. I'm not going to use any extra wrists in the backswing. I'm going to wind up. I'm going to unwind, and then I'm going to release. Right? That's the key. Good contact, center of the golf face, square face. These things give you distance, as well as a good turn and a good unwind and a good release. Here we go from this angle. One thing you're going to notice, I'm going to hover this golf club up. When I hover the golf club up, it creates a little more freedom in my swing and adds a little bit of club head speed. When the club is grounded, I have a little bit of resistance from the ground, and sometimes the club catches. Right? And then that can interfere with our timing and our sense of free swinging. So when I have the club hovered in the air, I can really let the swing motion create that simple freedom, right, that I want to establish. So here we go, back at address. Hover the club, little waggling. Notice I can hold my follow through because once I release, I stop, right? So I release all the energy, I'm done. I don't have to keep coming all the way around and corkscrewing my body and losing my balance that way. So a lot of you lose your balance in the follow through. Either you will come up, straighten up out of the shot, or you'll fall back, right? So falling back is generally a result of not winding up. So making that nice turn to the backswing, and then unwinding and releasing towards the follow through, towards the target, right? Your weight is naturally going to follow, right? So you don't have to think so much weight shift. What we want to think is rotation, release, and maintaining posture. So work on that with the ball first, and then apply it to your golf swing, and you'll get better results. See you soon.